Welcome to another episode of Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. This is a day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen. Oh, man. Losing the way we did on Monday night. There are some plays that I'm glad that I didn't see. Okay. So, when we lost to the San Francisco 49ers at home, I was at work. Actually, I was sleeping that day. I was asleep that day. So I didn't see the last play of that San Francisco playoff game at Cowboys Stadium. I didn't see that play. I have not watched it. I have not watched that footage of the last play to this day. And I got off work Monday night. And I went to my hot truck and I saw that we lost 27-20, okay? So I go to social media and I see on Twitter, now known as X, that I see a post that says Cowboys have to be the dumbest team in football. I'm like, that tells me all I need to know right there. That tells me all I need to know. And I did not see the footage of the gaff on the block punt. I haven't seen the footage. I'm not going to watch it. Okay? I'm not going to watch it. All I can say is that's a tough way to lose. I do think Mike McCarthy will be back there's a chance he'll be back because there were just some things that were out of his control. Injuries to Dak, Josh Butler, offensive line injuries to Zach Martin. Trayvon Diggs has been banged up this year. But losing the way we did was bad enough, but probably made it even worse was DeMarvion Overshown. Man. Your heart really breaks for... I know my heart really broke for DeMario Overshown. And I know a lot of Cowboys fans' hearts broke too for DeMario Overshown. Because this man has worked so hard to come back from his injury that forced him to miss his first year. He worked so hard to come back. And getting injured is bad enough, okay? But when you tear your ACL, your MCL, and your PCL, that's where it gets more heart-wrenching, man. That's where it gets more heart-wrenching. And I understand Michael Parsons. I understand Michael Parsons' emotions. And we as Cowboy fans, we probably have those same emotions. We probably had those same emotions. And it's just a heartbreaking situation for Overshown because he worked so hard to be back. He worked so hard to come back. And now he's going to have to start from scratch. He'll be back, though. So, the 93 Cowboys, okay? The 93 Cowboys, the first team to start 0-2 and win the Super Bowl, okay? Emmitt Smith said it at the time. No team has started 0-2 and ever won the Super Bowl, okay? The Cowboys were the first, the Patriots were the second, okay? The 2001 Patriots were the second, okay? And so they lost 35-16 to the Redskins on opening night. Okay. And then one of the one of the more cruel losses of the season occurred early in the season. The Super Bowl rematch with Buffalo in week 2. Okay. Super Bowl rematch. And the Cowboys were driving for the win. The Cowboys were driving for the win in the final seconds. In the final seconds of the game. Aikman has the ball. And he throws to he's going for Jay Novacek. The ball is tipped and intercepted in the end zone. And just like that, the Cowboys are 0-2. I remember seeing some NFL film footage of the Bills. It's either their kicker or their punter. They're saying to the Bills kicker or the punter. I can't remember who. He's saying to the crowd, 0-2. 0-2. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. After the game, Charles Haley took his helmet and just swung it real hard. Swung it real hard to the point where it created a hole in the Cowboys locker room. And Charles Haley was like to Jay Harry. Charles Haley was like, sign Emmett. Sign Emmett. Take away some of my honey, but sign Emmett. And Jay Harry did it. And what do you know? The Cowboys were off and running. Okay. They were off and running. He came back against the Cardinals in week 3. Cowboys had a running back by the name of Derek Lahasek, who started the first 2 games. He played pretty well in the first game against Washington. He had 75 yards on 16 carries. Derek Lahasek did. 75 yards on 16 carries, his first NFL game versus the Redskins. He blocked pretty well for Aikman. And so James Washington, the safety, he noticed that the Cowboy offensive line wasn't blocking the way that they should for Derek Lahasek. So James Washington said, hey, how come y'all are not blocking for this kid? Okay. So then one of the offensive linemen said he runs too fast. Like he sees things. I think I think the explanation was like he runs too fast. Okay, or something like that. But still, he gained 35 yards on 16 carries. That's pretty decent. Okay. Then Emmitt Smith comes back after week 2. He torches the Philadelphia Eagles for 237 rushing yards in Philly. When you can rush for 237 yards against that defense, the defense that was missing Reggie White because he went to Green Bay, but that was still a formidable Eagles defense. You can slice through that defense for 237 yards in Philadelphia. You the man. You the man. And Emmett was the man. Okay. And so he rushes for 237 yards. He gets injured again at some point later on during the season and misses 2 more games. Then there's the Leon Lehead game. We're not going to go there again, which is pretty interesting because the Dolphins went to 9-2 after they won that game. Here's the interesting thing about it. The Dolphins never won again that season, and they missed the playoffs. Consequently, the Cowboys never lost again that season. And they end up winning the Super Bowl. And the last game was for the NFC East Division title. The Giants were in the playoffs. The Cowboys were already in the playoffs. So this game was going to determine the NFC East winner. That's a game where Emmett had pain in his shoulder and came back and played through that had pain And Emmitt Smith described what it was like. He said, every time I hit the ground, my shoulder hit the ground, it sounded like this. Cracks and pops, cracks and pops. That's what Emmitt Smith heard in his shoulders, cracks and pops. And Emmitt Smith is saying to himself, I'm saying to myself, no pain, no pain. But I'm feeling all the pain. And I got tears coming out of my eyes. That's how tough pro football is. That's how tough pro football is. And Eddie Murray kicks the game winner, by the way. Eddie Murray, the Cowboys signed Eddie Murray. They signed Eddie Murray because in the second game the Cowboys lost. In the second game that the Cowboys lost during the season to Buffalo, okay, Lin Elliott, who was with the Cowboys in 1992, okay, Lin Elliott was in his second year as the Cowboys kicker, and Lin Elliott missed a few field goals that would have won the Cowboys the game, or could have won the Cowboys the game. He missed a few field goals, and then Lin Elliott went to Jimmy Johnson and said, "Coach, I just lost my confidence." And Jimmy Johnson was like, "Oh, that's all I needed to hear. I cut him and he's a new kicker." And here comes Eddie Murray, the longtime kicker for the Detroit Lions. Here comes Eddie Murray, okay, who kicked the game-winning field goal against the Giants to clinch the NFC East for the Cowboys. Cowboys defeat Green Bay 27-17. They crushed San Francisco 38-21. By the way, am I the only one who is glad that the 49ers are not going to the playoffs? Okay. Am I glad the 49ers are not going to the playoffs this year? Am I the only Cowboys fan who feels like that? I'm probably not the only Cowboys fan who feels like that, okay? Anyway, back to the point. That was the game where Larry Brown looked at the NFL film, looked at the NFL film's cameraman and said, "I own Jerry Rice." And then Alvin Harper's were like, "Own him." That's a game where the 49ers and Cowboys got into a pregame fight. And Jerry Rice, at the start of the game, drew a 15-yard penalty. So they were pissed that Jimmy Johnson said the Cowboys will win the game. Guaranteed they will win in the game. And they go on to the Super Bowl. Aikman had 131 yards passing in the first half, but he was intercepted and didn't throw no touchdowns. And of course, the second half starts. Thurman Thomas fumbles, caused by Le'Veon Lett. James Washington picks it up, returns it for a touchdown. Brand new ball game. And if you watch that segment on A Football Life, The Great Wall of Dallas, Emmitt Smith talks about that drive. That after the game was tied at 13, he talks about how the drive that broke the Bills' spirit. But really, it was that fumble by Thurman Thomas that was returned by James Washington for 6 that really broke the Bills' spirits, okay? That broke their spirits. And just like that, 30-13 Cowboys, and they're world champions again. Which makes me think back to the second week of the season when that Bills punter or kicker was going like, 0-2, 0-2, you are 0-2. How about now you're 0-4 in Super Bowls? Anyway, that's it, y'all. I'm out of here. May God bless y'all all. How about them Cowboys? Peace out, y'all.